And we return. So, last time there was a bunch of traveling. You came across a um
Scarecrows.
yes, there was a bunch of scarecrows that you fought. There was hope that they had nests on top of the statues, thinking maybe you had solved one of the puzzles that Madame Ava had given you, but to no avail. You as the sun was setting, as you were on the road to Valaki, you had run into an interesting young man who was off attempting to fight wolves at the behest of some hunters as a bet, and he didn't do so well by himself. Um, Thankfully, you were there to pull his butt out of the fire, as it were. Um, he helped you get into the town due to your suspicious natures. People they here don't seem to not like Strahd and not like Strahd very openly. If the wolf heads atop the spikes outside the gate are any indication, um,
Hi, fish. Right.
which is proof that they were actual wolves and not werewolves, because you did see the werewolves that you killed turn back into people, and
Aww.
so they are actual dead wolves, heads
The
atop
poor wolves.
spikes,
The poor dead wolves.
and
A whole lot of them.
yes, a goodly number, surprising
Right.
number, because wolf packs are generally not that big. They can be, but this is an impressive amount of dead wolves, and
Mom,
they're
dad, and a few years worth of pups. It's typical. So, okay, so just remind me never to put Ilva through this campaign because
Yeah.
it would be bad.
and that could actually be very fun for you.
I mean, yeah,
Not for her at all.
not for
I'm
her.
afraid.
I'd feel really bad watching Ilva go through this.
Yes.
But you didn't make it to Valaki. Um, Townspeople are more lively. There's still a lot that seem to have that weird, like, empty gaze to them, but in general, they're a more lively bunch. They're going about their business. Sun's going down. They're still retreating to their houses and whatnot, except the people in this tavern. Vasily seems to know a couple of them. Irina and Ismark were getting a room here for the evening. What were you doing?
Asking about our payment.
Uh, you mean the manor?
Yes, do you have a deed or something? Something to prove, some sort of proof of ownership.
Irina looks like kind of tilts her head, then looks over at her brother as he's getting the key to their room, and this is probably not the sort of thing we could speak of here, but I do believe we left it for you back in the manor.
Zero's just staring.
I mean, all things considered, the chances of them going back to the
the manor seem very slim.
I mean, it sounds kind of like Zero wants to go back.
Irina will elbow her brother in the side, and he'll fetch his ring of keys and hand them over to Zero.
Zero's the only one who wants to stay here.
Yeah, he really is.
The rest of us are like,
He's
what?
just gathering properties wherever he goes.
He takes the keys.
Where Zero's gone mad with power.
You see him open up a part of his arm where you see a number of other keys hanging, and he just puts it in, closes up his arm again.
Do you have disadvantage on stealth rolls? Because I feel like that should give you disadvantage
Oh,
on stealth
yeah.
rolls.
I have armor that would give me disadvantage.
Chink, 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 chink. Jangling of keys wherever you go.
I'm a giant robot. Of course I have disadvantage.
Well,
Also scale now. I assume the rest of you organics would need a room as well.
Yeah, that would be nice, actually.
It would be preferable to sleeping on a couch again.
I will go inquire about such. And Zero starts moving towards the bar.
and there is a middle-aged, very attractive, like almost like stately woman there. She pauses a moment, looking up at you, but then just sort of like shrugs, like, eh.
Hello, I am Zero.
Good evening, Zero. Welcome to our tavern.
That is a big horse. Sorry.
That's how big horses are.
Horses
I-
are very large.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They are large creatures. Zero's gonna look over his shoulder, count at everyone. I would like one room.
Unfortunately, we don't have a room that'll fit everyone. I could spare two.
2 is fine.
It was fine.
If he could look
Also-
confused,
also-
he'd look confused.
This lady is taking Zero very well, I have to say.
Yeah, she's looking at you guys, and it's just like it's more of a sigh than a like a WTF.
What the frack?
I have a room of 4 that'll fit 4, and then after your friends, we have one more room of 2 that should fit the rest of you.
That should be fine.
So, who wants to sleep with Zero?
It's sort. So she'll
he said
turn around.
trees.
She will turn around and fetch the keys. The way to the rooms are out the front way you came. Turn to the left, and there will be a door with stairs leading up to the next floor.
Thank you. How much?
Silver, a silver a night per room.
Yeah. He'll put out a gold and then extend a hand, expecting change.
I mean, that's a reasonable expectation.
Yes. He'll get his 8 silver pieces.
He puts it in his money arm compartment.
It's obviously not of a coin make that you're familiar with, but money is money.
Ooh, we could collect it.
Hmm. Zero kind of inspects it. Does it look like any money that he's seen?
Nope.
Or have any markings that...
Well, the money, like any, well, she didn't really find money in the Durst household, but you did do
No.
some trading with like that guy who was
That guy.
that guy who was swindling your asses back in the village of Barovia, but so you may have seen like a little bit, but but yeah, you would not have seen these particular Barovian coins.
Huh. Neat. Also, is there a shop in town that deals in expensive jewelries?
There's a number.
Could
There.
you?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to sell, and he pulls out the jewelry box and opens it up that we got from the death house. That was like loaded with a bunch of jewels and stuff.
She just raises a brow like, there are a number in town. None will be open until tomorrow.
That is all right. Could you direct me to where the closest one would be?
And she will do so. There are none listed on the map, so you could assume that there is a jeweler somewhere.
Thank you very much. He puts the jewels back in him.
I feel like we really shouldn't be flashing around. We have all those.
Yeah.
Zero turns and holds out a key. So here's
Like, she's even stating this out loud. I really don't think we should be flashing that we have those.
It looks
Yeah.
suspicious.
So, are you and your friends hungry?
No, I do not eat.
We are hungry, yes.
The rest of us are hungry.
Yes.
That's
The rest of us are definitely hungry.
Have a seat, and I will bring you food.
Yay!
Woohoo!
And there's the open table here, in which there is sitting, it looks like a board game, carved out of wood.
I love board games.
Is this gonna be a creepy board game?
A
No,
bit.
actually, also
Why would it be that?
Think
Nothing in this campaign is creepy.
it's
What are
it's
you
carved
talking
out
about?
of wood. All the little pieces are little clowns. And there are four different colors, and there are four pieces of each different color. And on the bottom of the board, should anyone inspect are the rules with a familiar moniker
Oh no.
about things being fun or not.
No.
Oh
It seems like it doesn't look new. It looks like it's been played. The paint is wearing in places.
Yoli would like to ask the
Ah!
innkeeper about this.
My cat has knocked me out of roll 20. 1 second, I shall return, and then
Oh,
I'll have
no.
answers. Come
Second, I thought you were the.
Come
I
here,
was talking-
kitty. I
actually
love
talking
you,
about a
but
cat.
you're yes, my big gray feline has decided to press buttons. I am joining the wrong game. What the fuck?
Well, Cat
Launch
just
Why
wants to
wouldn't-
play Roll20 with us.
Cat has
Yes.
opinions.
It's like, this is what I think about your board game.
Just swipe and knock it off.
Kitty, please go in your bed. You have a bed for a reason. There. I am back. And
Welcome back.
And once it loads properly, I will show you what the little pieces look like. Cat, stay over there.
I don't know if I want to know what the pieces look like.
Well, they're right in front of you, so you're gonna gotta see them.
I want to see them. Zero is kind of blank about it.
In
Yeah, oh my
various
God.
colors. They're small.
That's alarming.
That is very alarming.
They are about the size of like chess pawns in a bunch of different colors.
I mean, Vel picks one up a little bit like it's gonna. She's worried it might bite her. Inspects it.
I mean, because I'm a dork, I did make it so you could play.
No!
If
Oh,
you
you
wanted to
actually did.
play.
That's okay.
No!
Is it like
Unacceptable.
Uh,
No!
I don't think.
oh God.
Zero wants to play.
No.
How?
Let's go
how-
look over to the Tavernar. Do you have any other games? Do you have Dragon's Chess?
Just that one. Blinsky left it there.
Who's?
Blinsky. Oh, who's
Blinsky is an
Blinsky?
actual person.
He has a shop here. He makes toys.
I think we need to
Is
pay
there
this guy a visit.
something wrong with him?
She shrugs. Just seems a bit lonely.
I see.
Charity, do you still have your figurine?
Yes. She'll pull out her little doll of herself. And she'll sort of study it next to the game pieces to see if they're like similar in style and stuff. Like, do the signatures match, etc.
They do.
Hmm.
Yes, they're painted similarly. Like your figurine, cause you're not a creepy clown, but
As far
not
as
like
we
you.
know.
But it like the paint is very heavy-handed, and your eyes look maybe a bit sunken. It's the same kind of style, like in that it was deliberately made creepy.
We should definitely talk to this guy.
Well, at the very least, we should find out how he knew you to make a figurine.
Yes.
That also seems important.
Yeah.
So eventually, Danica will come out and will offer you plates of food and cups of wine. The wine is especially for Yolahi and Zero. The wine is not great. Zero can't taste it, so he doesn't know. But Yolahi would definitely like. It seems watered down, or just like lower quality. Like it's like an insult to to wines.
Oh no. Oh
Uh,
no.
Unimpressive, but
Es-
she won't say
especially,
anything.
especially
You know, she's had a
like
long
for
day.
her. Yeah.
You know
She-
what?
she
If it's
Probably
the
just
best,
won't drink it.
it's the best they can offer. I'm sure.
I mean, thankfully, Vel doesn't really know what good wine tastes like, so she's fine just drinking this.
It's,
Yeah.
you don't have to drink it. You
Okay. Did they ever answer a question about where Blitzky lives?
He has a shop in town.
Okay.
So we just have some exploring to do, it sounds like,
Yeah, I figure we should poke around.
before we go back to the other town and give Zero his new mansion.
Yeah, well, I guess we shouldn't really be talking about it here, but you know, our friend with the cards gave us some directions, which may or may not have led to this place. Anyway, we should probably hang around Valaki a little bit.
We really should see if any of those readings match up with anything out here.
Yeah, but we should probably also, like, we should probably not talk about that here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share
We
these
should talk about our room.
Mm.
Are you organics done consuming your sustenance?
You have to give us a little longer than this, Zero.
Yeah, it takes a little while, my friend.
He kind of cocks his head a little bit to the side. I've seen others consume much faster.
Well,
We're trying to relax.
yeah, pretty much.
Full day.
Hmm.
Vasily over at his table will pipe up and it's like, "What's the rush, friend? Just relax."
See? This guy gets it.
It's kind of night. It's almost nighttime, right?
Zoro
It is
turns his head
nighttime.
over to Vasily, and if you could hear optics zooming in, it's kind of that sound zooming in on him. Eyes turn yellow and then back to green.
Belle's ignoring all of this. She's just giving half of her food, again, to the dog. Even though for some reason the dog doesn't seem very comfortable eating.
Nom nom.
Zero, I think we're
And
about done doing things for the day.
Vasily will give him a cocky sort of grin at that. My notes have vanished. Where did they
Oh
go?
no.
Here they
Oh,
are.
no.
Found them. They were hiding under my laptop. There we go. But Mira and Patience, like as you're eating, you do kind of notice like Vasily watching you guys a little bit. He looks amused a bit, and at one point he leans over to one of the guys at the table. There's more people than I have tokens in here because of clutteredness, but he leans over to somebody, whispers in their ear, and they get up and they casually leave the establishment.
Oh. Oh. That's worrying.
I'm sorry, what?
That's not good.
What happened?
Bad things.
Vasily told some of his pals to leave.
Just one. And only Patience and Mira notice this exchange. It kind of occurs a bit over the course of your meal. Just him watching and then eventually telling this guy to go off on some errand.
It's a little bit concerning.
I'm recording all of this in the spoopy notes. So when he inevitably turns on us, we have receipts.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying.
Eh. Always good to be careful.
Good to be prepared.
Yes.
So what do?
Okay, so we eat.
The food is decent. It's nothing fantastic, but it's not gruel.
I think after the day we've had, even gruel would be acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It feels like this day has lasted for weeks.
Yeah.
We're all very, very tired.
I am more than fine.
I mean, that was a really long and really hurried walk to get here.
Mm-hmm. That it was.
'Cause somebody let the horses die.
Yeah,
Hey, we tried.
You worked
we
very
should have had him in the place, but you know.
Then we would have to fight and kill all of them, which Zero would have been okay with.
I mean, we still made it here without dying.
That's a
The
start.
important part, right?
Yes.
Yes. Nobody died except for all of our enemies. It was a good day.
And the horses.
Trust Zero to look on the bright side.
Is
I'm very
is,
bright. He
is Mark
kind
and
of
Irina
puts his
still here?
armor.
Yes, they're having their meal as well. And Vasily is watching Irina too, but it's more in a like he finds her attractive sort of way.
Making them eyes.
Yeah. If she notices, she's ignoring it. Where-
Probably for the best, because otherwise he might come over here.
What? Vasily is fun. He is good friend.
He's no fun. He's no Vasily.
Oh boy.
Don't even.
So what plans have ye?
Go to
Sleeping.
rooms.
Yeah, Yohi is pretty much done for the night.
Yeah.
Sleep. Sleep time.
Oh shit. There goes my. Sorry, my computer switched monitors for a second. There we go. I'm good.
Before everyone beds down, Zero would like to gather everyone in the larger of the two rooms.
Okay.
Okay. We will join.
So you need to go out
Drag us.
in this way.
Oh my goodness.
That is where the stairs are, but it's just upwards. Let me reveal your rooms.
Well, this is the. More
Now
room.
it's a little bit easier.
Simple as
Hold on.
actually, aren't they?
Is that all of us?
Doggo,
Doggo.
Bongo is bigger than Yolaki.
he'll squish under the one of the beds again with his head sticking out underneath, but you can hear his tail thumping against the floor.
Zero, whatever you do, do not sit on that bed.
I had no intention of sitting. He didn't. You notice he didn't sit downstairs either, because I'm used to breaking most things I sit on.
Oh.
No. I guess it's something
Including-
good to be aware of.
He starts listing things: chairs, benches, beds, femurs, skulls,
Oh,
rib cage,
That's
oh,
cabbage,
that's
carrot.
enough.
Alright, alright,
We
alright.
get the idea.
He stops.
is
Was
what
there something you wanted to tell us?
Yes. I wanted to go over two of the strange individuals that we met today. He pulls out the two rocks that he had. Presses one, and you hear a bit of the voice recording from the Vistani camp of the old lady. I'm blanking on her name.
Madam Eva.
Madam Eva. And then the other shows up the image of
She's ancient years old.
Vasily. I find these two very odd and not trustworthy.
I will give you that Madame Eva is a little eccentric, but I'm willing to trust her.
She clearly has knowledge from the great beyond.
Yeah, that's totally worked out to us for us for previously.
Most organics that reach such the end of their lifespan start to dwindle in the mind. I had met a man I think he was human. He was raving on about hearing the gods in his head.
I mean, it happens.
His head was opened. There were no gods in there.
Oh,
You can't just open people's heads to see if they have gods in there.
Oh, it wasn't me. Although I did look, because I was curious.
That's not how gods work.
Pulls out his notebook.
oh boy.
I have some reservations about Madame Eva as well. At the moment, she doesn't seem to have done any harm to us.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest.
secondly,
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think all those card things are pretty much our only cruise to go on at the moment. I think there's no harm in, poking around using that as a basis, as long as we're very careful.
I agree with Charity on this. We have little enough to go on as it is.
We just have to keep our eyes out.
We also haven't talked to anybody else in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can take it for now. We don't know how trustworthy she is, but it's all we have right now.
We literally have no other leads.
very well. And secondly, Vasily. His
Yes.
appearance is very odd.
Yes,
He appears
you
on
will
the road.
find you will find some people, Zero, are dumbasses. It is generally a condition that they are born with. And there's nothing they can do to help it.
I mean, he doesn't seem very smart.
Disregarding the fact of his dumbness of no matter what his ass is. He appeared in the road, suddenly, just as we were passing, fighting the minions of Strahd. And immediately upon joining us, took an interest in a key figure that Strahd is after.
I think he just thinks Irina is hot.
You have to admit, she is an attractive lady.
Yes.
You are all organics. I don't really understand this attraction. I still find it very odd.
So you're thinking that he meant to run into us on purpose.
Indeed. I mean, what person
I
can't
suppose it's
handle
possible.
2 wolves and just appears in the middle of the road just as travelers are passing? The occurrences are not lining up. It reminds me of a time my company was ambushed. Similar things happened, except for it was a woman running from bandits. The bandits were killed, but then she opened the gates of our stronghold at night. Everyone was slaughtered.
I
Uh,
mean, he lives here. They knew him.
We can keep an eye on him. I
I
assume he's not going to be bothering us very much anymore.
I hope so.
I mean, if he's really working for Strahd, I'd be more concerned about him bothering Irina.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Yes, I think he may be bothering Irina regardless.
yeah.
Hmm.
Unfortunately.
I should monitor the situation then.
Yeah, just consider it learning more about organic courtship rituals.
He pulls out his notebook. Very well. So, how do you want to divvy up the rooms?
And at that, Vel just goes right over to the bed that Galahalt has parked himself underneath and crawls into it.
Uh, Charity is like, I'll sleep with patience wherever patience is sleeping.
Your choice, Zero.
I have no preference. I stay awake at all times and I'm always alert.
So are these two the rooms that we have?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Zero's holding out the other key.
Oh.
Yoli will take the other key.
Okay, then I guess Mira, Charity, and Patience take the other room. And Yoli.
Very well. I will return later. I will continue to monitor the situation.
Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I getting something wrong? No. No, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe you're counting Sir Galholt?
No, because who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that works. Okay, we're fine. Sorry. Can't count.
Zero's gonna head back downstairs and observe the courting ritual between Irina and Vasily.
Don't stay out too late.
What do you consider late?
I mean, he doesn't really need to sleep, so does it matter?
Yeah, but he doesn't need to be staring at people all night either.
I can
Let
do both.
him go. Let him observe.
Whoever's room I'm staying in will have me staring at them all night either way.
I mean, that's fine as long as you turn off the lights. Close your eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
Dim the glow.
I don't think his eyes close.
They don't.
He doesn't have lids.
Do they at least do they at least like dim the lights? Maybe?
Yeah, he has a dimmer switch on him.
If they all have to share a room with him, it's gonna be
It was in
very
his
annoying.
chest.
So, you do watch, and eventually the people that remain with Vasily, they seem two very grumpy individuals. And later, not too much later, because the darker it gets outside, the more antsy people get. So when they leave, Vasily does hang around, and he will invite himself to join Irina Ismark, but it's there's nothing overt going on, but I would like you to roll.
Oh, he's like sitting with them, right, or standing like right next to them.
That will get a.
He doesn't have social
No,
graces.
they'll be like, Mr. Zero, can we
You
help
know,
you?
normally he might be like, maybe I should tell him. No, not tonight. Let him do what he wants. I don't care.
Ismark will be very baffled, because if he goes right there, Vasily will stay where he is, but obviously
I had him
watch
placed
this.
originally here, just kind of standing right
Like,
kind
obviously
of
watch
behind
this
between the two of them.
this situation, because what's going on. And Ismark will be like, can I help you, Mr. Zero?
I'm interested in seeing this courtship ritual I was told about.
No.
Courtship ritual? And like they look at each other.
Irina and then points to Vasily. Between those two, apparently he finds you very attractive.
Oh my
Irina
god.
looks completely baffled.
This is not her fault.
And Ismark glares over at Vasily, and he just
Oh,
holds
no.
his hands up like, what? I'm over here. Like, but it's kind of like a shrug, like, well, yeah, but Irina just shakes her head. Is like, I assure you, there is no courtship ritual going on. We've just met. Me and my brother are trying to have a quiet for once dinner.
Zero has his notebook out and is taking notes.
Would it be possible for you to Then Ismark chimes in, "Take your notes over there, please." And like points all the way across the room, like over here.
Wow, rude, to be honest.
Okay. He'll step away and then just stand off in the corner, still watching.
Zero, this is not how you socialize.
You saved someone's life, and they're like, could you not stand there? You're like, jeez. Am I
Could you
right?
not loom suspiciously over?
All you
And
do is save somebody's life, and they're all like,
once
oh.
once
Looming is rude.
Zero moves away, Vasily will stand and for some reason I can't touch his thing. That's why. And he will come over and join these two. Ismark does look annoyed by this. He doesn't sit down unless until he's invited to, which after a bit of conversation seems to be what's going on. Um, Zero, make a perception check.
Meh.
Matt, like you don't hear a lot of what they're talking about, but you do hear the name Wachter mentioned, which Ismark and Irina had mentioned to you earlier. And as the person that they know here. And Vasily is animated and he talks with his hands. He's very like Romance language Italian sort of, just very animated
With a
with
name
how
like
he is.
Vasily.
And
Zero's taking notes this entire time.
but like the name comes up and Vasily gets animated, like it's a familiar topic of conversation. And Danica will come over to you eventually, like, "You're not good with people, are you?"
I consider myself very great with people. I am able to take care of most people. I am not very bothered. They're very squishy.
It's very, very true, especially most of the people in this place. But,
I have noticed.
and it's not just their bodies, you have to remember. People are more than. What did I hear you say? Organics? Meat? We have
Yes,
we have feelings. Those need to be protected too sometimes.
scribble something in his book.
And she pats him on the shoulder. Just remember.
What exactly are these feelings, and where are they located?
What is love?
We're not there yet.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Most people would say that the feelings are in the heart. But they're not connected to the body. They are their own thing. They don't make any logical sense, especially to us. But you learn to tell what people are feeling if you pay close enough attention.
That is one of the things I'm trying to learn.
Well, I will give you one lesson for free. How is that?
That would be much appreciated.
And she, um, like as she's cleaning a wine glass, she just motions with her rag over towards Ismark and Irina. It's like, When you stood over them, did you notice how their shoulders got very tense?
Yes, that is normally a sign in preparation of aggression, from my understanding.
It can be, but there is no aggression happening, was there? There was no anger from you or them. So that will mean something else because of the lack of this aggression. What do you think it would mean?
So just kind of stands there looking blankly at her. Well, as blankly as his face normally looks. I am not sure. I'm used to reacting such with such acts with aggression in kind.
Well, if there is no aggression, it most likely means they're uncomfortable. Your close proximity made them uncomfortable. And something that makes people uncomfortable is something that they do not want to be happening, whether they say so or not. But you could see in the way that they tensed up.
Hmm.
Watch the body. The body can say a lot of things.
Oh yes, I know that.
You
Though,
just need to put those things in the right order, she says, and taps him on the metal arm, and then wanders off to clean up some other mess.
Zero just kind of stands there, a little confused, writes in his journal, and continues to watch.
I guess at least he's learning.
It's
Yeah,
progress.
the lore is learned.
He's trying, I guess.
Maybe we're just very bad teachers.
So
You guys need to be winding knots.
everyone
We need
else,
to hire her to like be our why not.
anything else before this evening passes?
Zero's just watching them, and whenever they head out, Zero will basically walk behind them up to their room. He'll also take a magical tinkering picture of the bartender.
So when they do leave, Vasily hangs around, and their room is the one next to yours. And I will disappear them up there. Here.
As soon as he sees them go upstairs, he'll come back in and just kind of stare at Vasily a little bit.
He's just leaning back in his chair, finishing his wine. He has a, a book in front of him. It's not open because you come back inside, so he raises a brow at you.
He'll approach. What are you reading?
Uh, he flips the book around to show, and says it looks like a journal, and it's on the inside of the lid cover. It says um, Rudolf von Richten. Let me see if I could spell that properly.
Zero will look
Oh
up.
no! I just realized I had before my cat's butt turned roll 20 off. I had a bajillion and a half character sheets open, so I wouldn't have to go looking for them, and now I have to go looking for them.
Nah.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oops.
At least I know where they are for the most part. Where? There. Rudolf von Richten. Spell this properly, please. Yes. And he says, uh, This is a book about hunting, how you say, fiends of the night. Just trying to get to know my enemy a bit.
Insight check.
Hmm.
Oh, damn.
He seems to be completely genuine.
Hmm. Could I borrow this book when you are completed with it?
I don't see why
It
not.
sounds like it could be useful.
I've been looking for this Van Richten. I don't suppose you've come across him in your worldly travels.
Zero pulls out his own journal and flips through it. I have not. I have never heard the name before.
Apparently, he is a very talented vampire hunter. Or so this book would have one believe.
Hmm. I've never hunted a vampire before. Did they put up any fight?
What was that?
Zero says he'd never hunted a vampire before, or he's never like fought slash hunted a vampire before. Do they put up any fight?
Vampires. Of course they do. They want to live as much as anyone, I'm sure. Or as much
Or
living
unlive.
as they are doing.
This-
He laughs at his own joke. But I'm not sure how much interest they would have in someone like you, though.
I have little
If
to no
what I
interest in
am
death.
assuming about you is correct.
I'm sorry, I'm imagining a vampire trying to eat Zero.
Like, just
Ah la
you.
la la. Just like breaking their fangs.
You're so chewy, crunchy.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
right? Hmm. I have no interest in them either. They are not my docent. And I doubt they have much insight on these organics. Either way, if it'll help protect those I'm working with, it could be useful.
Anything can be useful if you try hard enough.
Hmm. I kind of flash yellow for a second, go back.
And he sits up a bit straighter at the eye flashies. He's like, what does that mean? Call me curious.
The kind of telescopic eyes in again. It means I do not trust you. But you can leave the book with the bartender when you are done. I will get it later. He'll turn and head out. And loudly clank up the stairs into the room.
Clank, 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 clank,
And
waking
key
up,
jingles.
I was gonna say probably some jangles in there too.
waking up the entire building.
He can't. He has no attempt at stealth. And then he'll just sentry in front of the door, blocking it. Sorry that took so long, everyone.
And
No problem. Did you get up to anything interesting?
didn't find any good stuff.
He opens his journal and looks through his notes. I learned some things about the mating ritual, and about making people uncomfortable. I also threatened a man.
That might fall under uncomfortable, my friend.
So, evening passes. You all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Thank
Yay.
goodness.
Morning
Yay.
comes.
8 days till the full moon.
Oh no.
There is some bustling going on outside.
As we head out,
Might be a good idea.
how did you all sleep? Or your. He's trying to think of another way to say it. Your term of unconsciousness.
It was very nice, thank you.
Time of unconsciousness where they hallucinate for a couple hours.
Very
The
strange.
hallucinations were exquisite.
So what is the day's plans?
Well, we gotta go see the.
Sure, let's go find Blitzky.
Yes.
I'm also interested in this other individual that was brought up last night. I think it was Walker? Or I definitely butchered that in the Discord.
It's I put it
Completely.
in the game chat.
Oh, not Rudolph or
Oh,
the
Wachter.
Von Wachter.
Let me
That's not our business anymore, is it? We've safely delivered Irina and Ismark. What happens from now on is up to them. They're the masters of their destiny.
I would like to back to check on them.
Oh, there should also be
Should
a
probably
book waiting for me downstairs about a legendary vampire hunter.
who? Who is this legendary vampire hunter?
Rudolph von Richten.
Uh, do I know who this person is? I
uh
have researcher.
you have no idea.
Even with researcher?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
We are
Well,
in a
so
different
famous.
world.
Why haven't I heard of him?
We're in a different dimension.
A whole
Yeah.
new world.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I've never heard of this Victor von whatever. So he can't be that famous.
I would like to actually probably accompany um, Ismark and Irina if they'll let us to talk to Wachter.
I mean, that makes sense. We should see this thing through to the end.
Well, we're still. Are we still in our rooms, or are we out? I guess
So
we're still in our rooms. Um, he says either we're planning on staying here forever, or we're apparently planning on trying to overthrow Strahd and get out of here. And if we are trying to do the latter, then we're going to need as many people who are powerful on our side as we can.
That's a good point.
Mhm.
We should also say goodbye properly. We didn't really do that yesterday.
I led them right directly to their room.
Well, let's go find them. See if there's anything else we can do for them while we're here. Uh,
Uh,
Charity's gonna march over to their room, wherever Zero says their room is.
0 points right there.
Charity's gonna knock.
I'm gonna go give my cat her pills.
okay.
I'm gonna go grab a snack and if we're taking like a break.
Okay. We could take a bit of a break if required.
Ooh,
We put the herb
yes.
on. Doodly doo. should really find some intermission music to play when we take breaks.
Something like jaunty circus music.
Yeah, there goes my glasses. Oh shit. Now we're back.
There's your intermission music for you.
Perfect.
I'm back.
Yay!
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, the sorry I took so long was out of character. With all that zero-ness.
Never apologize for role plays.
Bye, honey.
As you may have guessed, I decided to get some chips.
Nom nom.
I
Yeah.
made popcorn.
I'm just eating a little bit of salsa.
Just the salsa? With a spoon?
No, with chips.
That sounds good. Nice and tasty.
I think one of the greatest creations of mankind were the Tostitos shaped like little spoons.
Those are
Oh,
pretty
the
great.
scoops, yeah.
Where you could
Those
just
are awesome.
shovel salsa into your face.
Yes.
Do we have everybody?
I'm back.
I think Molly ran off too. Corey, are you still muted? We are missing folks.
I'm here. I just have to keep muting intermittently.
What's wrong with your sound?
Nothing's wrong with the sound. It's just people over here in the house are really loud right now.
Mm.
Well, we probably won't be able to hear it, considering I'm sitting next to two really loud 3D printers and they're not making any noise. For you guys, Discord is magic, apparently.
Well, if you do hear anything, let me know.
Okay.
What are we missing still, Molly? I heard Jen, she's crunching.
Well, I'm about ready to put this back anyway, so I got a little bit.
I still believe that one day we will do this together in the same room.
That would be
That would be cool.
In Canada.
Well, there's two of you. Travel together.
Right. Opposite sides.
Yeah.
Still.
We'll get there someday. Alright, I will be putting this salsa back.
I mean, me and Jen aren't too far from each other. For American values of not too far from each other.
I feel like American values of most things are off compared to the rest of the world.
Me and Jess are practically neighbors.
Yeah, and Connor's on the same side of the continent as you, Jen. So we just gotta find a way to bridge the gap between East Coast and West Coast.
Whenever conventions happen again, because who knows, like, how well they're doing. Being able to start up again.
All of the ones through the year out here got canceled.
Yeah, are we talking about Renaissance Fair?
No, just like conventions in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how they're going to be
Everything.
able to recover.
All of our conventions were canceled. All of our parades were canceled.
Yeah.
Understandable, but still a little sad.
Still win.
American Renaissance Fair still think it's potentially going to open, but it's probably not. So it sucks. I mean, at least like Athie and I got to go to the one right before everything hit. Katsukan.
That was like the one.
The one.
The last one.
The last major one. We snuck in and then yeah. I was just like, I need to go to this one because I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any others as everything gets around.
I'm just glad Emerald City Comic Con was able to refund all our tickets.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but Trump finally wore a mask. Twice.
Woohoo.
And he actually like posted on Twitter, it's patriotic to wear a mask. I'm like,
too late.
Yeah.
Well, he also retweeted a fucking video of his supporters chanting white power before
Exactly.
it seriously got deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Mm.
America.
Yeah, but he's doing this now right after everyone's complaining about the stuff that's going on in Portland. So
Yeah.
distraction. He's only wearing the mask for distraction. I'm like, great.
We've got sheriffs out here in fucking Washington telling people not to be sheep. You don't have to wear your masks.
If I had the chance to kill Donald Trump, I would take it.
Fair.
I think with half the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah, that's yeah.
the majority of the world.
If we were standing on a cliff, I would push him over.
I
Oh,
wouldn't call
no,
911 if he was hit by a bus.
He just fell. I don't
Right?
know what happened.
Yeah.
You know, he can't really walk all that well anyway, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's believable.
He really can't.
He tilts forward all on his own.
Mm-hmm.
He ran into your knife.
He
Tell
ran
him
into
that
your
He ran
knife.
into my knife 12 times.
to tell him that Obama would never
had
jump
it
off the cliff.
No.
I wish I did not know how much I could hate people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been having a hard couple of days.
No, that's
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
Totally fair.
We're glad that two of you live in Canada.
Okay. Yeah, our country isn't perfect either.
But at least
I,
You do
honestly,
not
I
have
would take pretty
Donald
much
Trump.
anything over this right now.
You do not have Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Will
Really.
you help us sneak
That's-
over the border?
That's admittedly a very low bar.
Dad, come on over.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
the bar
yeah,
is extremely low.
the bar is very low.
I would vote for Thanos over Donald Trump. At least he'd get it over with quickly. You know, he only gives like one
Thanos
speech.
actually makes a few good points once in a while.
Yeah, this is... and he's just like, okay, fine, you're dead. It's like, okay, well, I won't care, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we have everybody?
Yeah.
So
I think I've heard everyone's voice.
Now I have to go put away my cheese curds.
Damn it,
Alright,
Jen!
Yes, sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. That's why I specifically mentioned cheese curds.
So, you're awake. I think Charity had just gone to knockety knock on the Kuliana's room. And it is opened by Ismark. Good morning, Miss Charity.
Good morning. We were just wondering whether or not we could help escort you on the very last leg of your journey to whoever it was you were supposed to be meeting in Balaki.
Ah, Lady Wachter. I am not sure when we are going to be meeting her. Vasily had offered to be the go-between as he knows her as well, apparently. We are hoping to set up a dinner in which we can speak.
At the mention of his... Oh, wait, I'm muted, aren't I?
Yes.
No,
no.
I
Oh.
heard your...
No, you were fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my computer decided it's time to restart. So I'm on my phone suddenly.
Whoop.
But at the mention of Vasily, eyes flashed yellow.
Charity is Mark. I know you seem like the kind of guy who tries to think well of people. I mean, you hired all of us, despite not knowing us from strangers in the street. But I have to ask you, do you really think a dumbass like Vasily is the best person to make your case for you? I'm just asking.
He is not making any cases. He is delivering a message. And that is all.
I guess even a dumbass can deliver a message.
Then I assume the courting ritual went well.
He just rolls his eyes. And you hear, I read it from the back. There is no courting ritual with anyone. I promise you.
Sure, sure.
Whatever you say. Well, anyway, we would be happy to accompany you to Lady Wachter. Just to see you safe. I mean, we got you all the way here. It would be kind of weird if we just vanished and left you guys possibly die on the last step.
And I
A contract
appreciate.
is never fulfilled until the target is safe.
Yeah, what he said.
And that is greatly appreciated. Are you remaining in town?
Yes, I think we'll stay in town for a few more days. We have our own business here. And then Charity like taps her nose.
And we will let you know if things go well.
Okay, we're good luck to you.
Thank you. And he will nod and step back into the room. What
Sarah will look
now?
to Charity. I think that went well.
No 10 shoulders or anything.
Shoulders didn't tense.
So
Oh, yes. Book. Sarah's heading to the bar.
what is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna fucking sleep.
Let's get some breakfast.
It's morning.
Charity's
Oh, well, I guess I'm not sleeping anymore. Here I am. You never know.
Not a
Sleeping
morning
in,
person.
breakfast in bed.
Yeah, no, she's probably gonna get up. She'll get up.
Gonna
So,
coax the dog out from under the bed and go get some food.
Yeah, let's get some breakfast.
Breakfast would probably be a good plan.
so as you head downstairs and outside to head back into the tavern area, you notice that there are people down the road. It's kind of hard to miss. There's like a bunch of people down the road. They look like they are setting up streamers and decorations. They don't look um what's the word? Like it doesn't seem like they're full-heartedly decorating, but they're decorating.
Um, like decorating how?
Like streamers and um it looks like woven balls that are hanging up. They're hanging. And there are some people carrying like I guess it looks like the long uh bits of I guess wicker, like what you would make like wicker baskets and stuff. Like there's like big piles of them being carried off in a direction.
Ooh, do we get like a bonfire night?
That would be fun.
That'd be exciting.
That does sound fun.
So what now?
Well, after observing this for a bit, Vel is going to go get breakfast.
To the bar.
We're not going to the bar.
Oh, Zero's going to the bar.
I mean, downstairs is where breakfast is, isn't it?
Yes, food. Breakfast. A thing.
Yes.
Don't all
And
organics want?
Is the bar even open at this time in the morning?
well, it's still a tavern. There's food, and it is a bar, and there are some people doing the day drinking.
Okay.
There,
Of course.
They must.
there's
Just
actually, I am on the wrong layer to do anything important. Here we go.
just wondering what
I am.
the local liquor laws are.
So, let me put these dudes on the right layer.
Sorry, laws?
There are two dudes there, and they are very clearly drinking, morning drinking, day drinking. They're into the drinking.
Can we blame them? Not really.
They're munching on a meager breakfast, but they're contentedly uh more there for the wine and anything else.
They're very crappy wine.
Mm-hmm. So there is a uh gentleman at the bar. The woman from last night is not there this time, and he smiles when you come in. He doesn't seem all that surprised to see you, and he's like, "Good morning, friends. Glad to see you. You have slept well, yes?"
Yeah.
Hello, I am Zero.
Ah, you are Zero. Good morning to you as well. I was told that you're not the sort for eating and drinking, but your companions maybe. You need breakfast. We have eggs. We have many eggs.
Ooh,
Ooh,
eggs.
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 Eggs sound really good.
And good. And he kind of like eyes the two in the corner. Anything to drink? Like he kind of like eyes them, then looks over to you.
Do you have tea?
Tea. I love
Uh,
tea.
I can see what I can do.
I'll take water.
Right. And he will bustle into one of the back rooms. Yawn. And a bit later, like you do hear the smells of cooking coming from the which you assume is the kitchen area. And a short time later, he comes back out, and he is followed by two boys, younger, like maybe around like 10 to 12 year olds, and
Oh,
they're all carrying like the trays, and they'll set them up on the it's you've got eggs, and there's sausage, and um water, and there's some tea, and one of the kids runs back to the kitchen and comes back with a small bowl and puts it on the ground for Sir Galahad to munch
oh,
on.
Aw.
good kids.
Oh, good kid. Yeah, very good kids.
And there's pat pat on the dog's head, and then run back into the
Oh,
kitchen.
good.
He's a good dog and deserves all the pats.
His tail's wagging. He still has like that his head's kind of like low, but he's perking up a bit more. His ears are up and his tail's thumping on the ground, and he's munching his breakfast. Anything else I can get you?
I was told a book would be left for me.
A book. I don't remember a book. And he bustles back around the behind the bar and starts looking on the shelves and under and around. I don't see one. What sort of book was it? What was it called?
It was about Rudolf von Richten. It should have been left here by Vasily.
Ah, he says, and sort of taps his finger on the top of the bar for a minute, and then he'll head back into the kitchen. And then a minute later, and he'll come back out and shake his head. I don't believe a book was left.
Mm. He returns
Oh,
and joins everyone at the table.
Well, after taking your mask off and in the middle of eating, Vel does look over to him and asks, "What is the festival out there for?"
Ah, our esteemed Burgermeister, or Baron, as he likes to be called, is he likes to celebrate as often as possible. At least once a week, there is some sort of festival to make the people, and he air quotes, happy.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad thing. Sounds lovely.
He kind of. It is good in theory.
You sound
Not.
unconvinced.
Mm, you don't want to hear my opinions.
Yes, we do.
We're new here. It would help to get the opinions of other people of this place.
He kind of shoots a look over at the two munching and drinking down here, and we'll head back over to you guys. He's like, the Baron is a bit strict. If people are not showing a certain degree of excitement, then he worries that they are in league with uh, you know who, he says, and kind of
Mm.
gestures with his finger.
Oh. Yeah,
Things
that's
do not go well for people he suspects. So you should be careful, especially being new.
ah, very,
so
very new.
everyone. We have to make sure to have lots of fun at the festival.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Vel's shoulders just kind of slump a little bit. The warning is appreciated.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
definitely. Thank you.
Okay.
And he'll nod and just let me know if you need anything else. You seem like very capable people,
Indeed.
We've survived this long.
and I hope you survive as long as possible. All the way to the end. So, what plans have you all for today? Hmm? None at all then?
No.
Well, the question was, what plans do you have for today?
I guess we could try and find Blitzky. Go to Blitzky's shop. He has a shop, right?
Yep.
Probably a good place to start.
So you've been told.
Well, let's start there.
I mean, we can also retreat to our room to talk a little bit more about the cards. But I think we probably want to see Blitzky because of the whole
Everything.
you know what charity looks like thing.
Yeah.
So, are we agreed?
I think so.
so. Yeah.
Yes. I would also like to eventually sell these trinkets.
We shall go forth then. Seek out this Blitzky.
Okay. So you have your breakfast and you head out. And come on, roll 20. You make your way into the town. What do? You are seeking Blinsky? How do you seek Blinsky?
I guess we could ask directions.
Are there signs for a toy shop?
There are various sounds. Signs and sounds.
I guess we could ask for directions and look for the toy shop sign. Both.
I mean, both works.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we could have asked that guy before leaving the inn.
So
Should
you
I go
are.
back and talk to him?
Yes, let's just let's ask him for directions.
Yeah, it's just let's just pop back in. By the way,
Shop.
Okay. Hold on.
Let's pop back in and ask.
Okay. So you pop back in?
Yes.
Ah, back already.
we have one quick question. Where is Blinsky's shop?
Blinsky. What do you want to do there? He kind of has a look like he has the same feeling about Blinsky that you guys do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
We just want to say hi.
We had a couple questions for him. Nothing major.
Yeah, pretty much.
well, if you head out and hang a right, just head down that road and you'll find his shop. I don't think many people go in there these days.
I mean, fair.
I wonder why. Zero's honest about the question.
Yeah, I was like, did you just discover sarcasm there, or?
No, that's way too early for that.
But yeah, am I on the right lane? No. Okay, so roll 20. Okay. You can see my arrow now doing stuff.
Indeed.
Yep, I
So
can.
is heading this way, and this was also the direction you saw people like this road. There's some people hanging uh, signs and um, like going down this road, and this is the area where people are starting to set things up in.
Hmm. So what are they setting up? Like for their parade?
Um, currently, so you're heading down the road.
Mm-hmm.
You do see some signs hanging up. People are heading like from this area up this way, like so they're starting down here. So this is where you were seeing people doing stuff. Um, there are signs that are being pulled down off of uh, either storefronts or um, poles where they were hanging. You could see some like where you are. Um, you'll see like come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron. But you see the date on it from happened last would be like last week. And they're clearly setting up for something new.
Hmm.
So you're like as you're heading down the road, you're seeing people pulling down signs, a couple people pulling down signs and putting up new ones. And the guy in charge looks odd from where you are from far away. Um, roll perceptions, because he does stand out. Of course, he is one of the. I know my alphabet.
Okay, why am I not seeing? Okay. I was like, why am I not seeing things?
Nice
Ooh,
perception.
patient sees all the things.
She's just
Everything.
very paying attention to everything.
Is anyone else rolling? Well,
Oh, perception. Steven.
Charity's distracted
Wow.
by like Wolf's Head Jamboree. That doesn't actually sound like fun. But
Everything looks normal.
you Patience you notice right away. Like you could all tell he's tall and kind of built like just bald entirely, like smooth bald, not like he was shaved. But Patience you immediately can tell like even though he's keeping it close to his body, one of his arms is like massive and it looks wrong and twisted and it looks to you like cuz you're way down the road, but maybe having just been through the things you've been through and the horror that your mind endured, you're immediately like focused on the fact that his arm is very monstrous. Like he has it under a cloak, but just like the shape of his body, like he's it kind of looks like he's has a hunchback. Like Zero, you could tell that much from being far away, but Patience, like it's not a hunch. Like his shoulder is just bigger and his arm is longer. And he's openly walking around telling these people what to do, like take down these signs and rah.
Hmm. Something is wrong with that man.
Yeah.
Well, Charity's just going to ignore that and keep walking. She's looking for the Blitzky shop.
He looks a little odd, but what's wrong with him?
He's
It's
a
fine.
hunchback.
It's probably fine. Don't worry about it.
It is rude to stare.
Yes, exactly.
Patience will just note that and, note it.
Keep it to herself.
Yeah. I mean, she can't really judge. She's got tail and horns, so
Exactly.
can't really judge.
And eventually, you do come upon a shop. It's small, kind of cramped looking building. It has a dark entrance above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are two arched lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see a jumble displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
Oh. Well, should we go in?
I guess so.
We're
Now that we're
halfway.
here.
We're here.
We did decide to come here, so we should probably, do it the rest of the way.
Is this not why we came here? What would be the point of turning back?
Handouts.
We enter the shop.
You enter the shop. I am looking for... Where is it? There it is. You head into the shop, and it's full of similarly odd toys. Just shelves of these toys. Um, and a little bell rings, and you hear like I started like fumbling from like a back room, and footsteps, and a small like portly man sticks his head out of the back like through a curtain in the back room. He's got a mustache, and he's wearing like a jester's hat with like the little bells on the end. It's kind of like older and worn, and there's a little monkey sitting on his shoulder with its tail wrapped around his neck. And he's
Oh.
like, "Welcome, friends. This is House of Blinsky. How can Blinsky help? You have friend and or small child that needs a little toy for a little boy or a little girl?"
There's a
He he
monkey
he
on that
comes
man.
out. He comes out and he looks excited. There are people.
Actually, Mr. Blitzky, we found one of your toys. We're wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about it. Blinsky.
Oh my god, I love him.
That monkey is so cute.
And so Charity brings out the dollar. And it's like, "Did you make this, sir?"
And he looks at the doll, and then he looks up at you, and his eyes go wide. He's like, "Oh, it is miracle. You are, you are this." And he points from the doll to you and back to the doll. "Perfect miracle. You are a real person."
Mr. Blinsky, where did you get the idea for this? Did it just come into your brain? Was it a dream? Did you eat some strange herbs?
Perhaps all of the above. It was definitely a vision of colors of the blue. And he like gestures with both his hands to you, like,
But who? Where did this vision come from?
it, like I said, is a miracle.
But you just said it was a vision. Which one was it?
A miracle that I have a vision of you and you be real.
Does anyone else want to interject? Do you
No.
have just
This is kind of amusing to watch, actually.
do you have other visions that you turn into toys? I would very much like to see them.
Ah, he says, and he just holds his hands out and turns in a circle. It is
So
what
all of
I
these
do. They're all miracles of my imagination, as I thought you were.
okay.
Unless you are. That would be an even bigger miracle.
I mean, I don't think I'm a figment of your imagination.
Mr. Blinsky, you truly have a wonderful talent. If you don't mind, we're just gonna take a look around.
Ah, yes, of course. Feel free.
Are there dolls that look like everyone else's?
That is what Vel is looking for right now, yes.
Roll
I cast-
investigation.
I cast guidance.
Guidance.
Zero's looking if he has a docent
Oof.
anywhere.
Guidance ain't helping that.
Okay, so I have a total of 17.
Ah.
I got an 18.
Oh,
So
hold on.
everyone else, um,
10.
so there was a 16 and a 17, I believe. Everyone else, you're looking around and you see really like odd toys. Like there's a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut. There's a miniature gallows, complete with a trapdoor and weighted hanged man. There's a set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse.
These are distressing.
There's a wood and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings.
Oh, that's kind of
A
cute.
wind-up musical merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing horses.
How has this guy not been lynched or something before?
How much for any of these
They're
toys?
on fire.
Most are around 9 copper, but the rest of you, was it Mira and Charity?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking around and you do spy because these are all like out in the main shop. Like it's a small shop. Like you guys all could just fit in there. Zero, you're taking up like a third of the whole building. It's like but you spy it's like behind the counter. Like there are some like stuff that he's working on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a doll. It's not terribly creepy.
Yes.
But it looks exactly like Irina.
Hmm.
Down to her clothes.
That's creepy. That's strange and distressing.
How often do you have these visions?
On occasion. Sometimes I come up with my own thoughts. Other times I dream. Other times the monkey he help. He is new friend. He is very creative.
The monkey helps?
How does your monkey help, sir?
He will bring me parts and I will put them together in the way that they are meant to be.
I'm looking at the monkey.
We
Does it look weird in any way?
It's a monkey. You can roll a perception.
I'm
It's like
attempting
spider monkey, I guess.
I cast guidance.
I'm perceiving the monkey.
You are perceiving the monkey, and it looks like a monkey.
Normal monkey, not even a magic
It doesn't have horns or glowy eyes or anything weird.
It doesn't like act in a weird way or
Nope.
seem too intelligent.
Nope.
It's just a monkey.
He's sitting on Blinsky's shoulder, and he's holding one of like the floppy bits of his hat and licking the bell and shaking it and making it go ding 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 ding.
Aw, he's a very cute monkey.
May or may not be evil. Okay.
You think such
Is
a cute monkey could be evil? Really?
is there a toy that I can sell for you, or a toy that I can make for you?
I don't think we really need toys.
Hmm.
Charity does feel kind of bad though. She
I
kind of
kind of want to buy like.
yeah, she wants to support.
Yeah, I just want to support this guy.
He seems so enthusiastic.
He's so
Yeah.
enthusiastic.
Like,
He's
Can I
possibly
have this
not.
guillotine?
he may or may not be psychic. Athy, you mentioned there were like mattress
Like what?
somewhere,
You
like
broke.
the nesting dolls.
Yes, they're nesting dolls. A set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse.
Charity's gonna buy those.
9 copper.
Do I even? I don't. I only have gold. How many coppers are in a gold?
A
lot.
100.
It's 10 copper to a silver and 10 silver to a gold, I think.
Yep.
Okay, well I'm gonna hand him 1 gold, and I guess can I get?
I hope you can make change.
I hope you have change, sir.
Are there any dolls in here that look particularly snaky?
Let's see. Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, sneaky
Like
doll.
one of those like interlocking, it's all hand carved out, like what he makes is really well made. It's just freaking weird. So like you find I don't know if you've seen them, they're usually made out of plastic, like they're the interlocking snakes, so like you hold the tail and it like rides around.
Oh yeah, I have seen those.
This is all carved out of wood and painted in bright colors with 2 heads.
That is awesome.
I
would
totally gonna buy that.
I would buy that in real life.
I would too, honestly.
I doubt there are any robots.
All the things I have for 9 copper.
Ville's gonna pull out a single coin of gold, hand it to him, and just say, "Keep that."
The whole gold.
He looks at that and is like, no, no, I can't do that, no.
Aww.
And he will rummage around and pull out change. It doesn't look like he's actually like opened his register area box in quite some time.
Which is mostly why she wants him to keep the single gold.
Right?
If ever. Like,
I insist, keep that, please.
then please allow me to make you something personal and custom. What would you like? You like snake?
Could you make a figurine of a doll, a male wearing a mask like this one that I'm wearing?
Well, yes, that should not be very hard. Would you mind if I take a draw?
Not at all.
And he will he's very like fumbly, like he doesn't even know where his things are. And he grabs some
You broke
papers.
him.
He's very cluttered, just cluttered everywhere. And he'll grab some stray parchments and he will sketch what your mask looks like.
At least it's a very easy mask.
Yes. But it will be perfect. Yes, it should take me a day or two to make something like this, if that is okay.
I will check back.
And
It's appreciated. Thank you.
you are very welcome. You always welcome here at Blinsky's. Remember, it's no fun, it's no Blinsky.
And suddenly it makes sense.
Oh, Blinsky, I have one more question. Charity holds up the doll of herself again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember who bought this from you?
Of course, yes, was young man.
Someone you know from town?
I, uh, he roll an insight real quick.
Zero's wondering this out loud.
Why am I always making wisdom rolls? I have -1.
What do you
Oh,
Well, he he
Oh dear.
it's he has a smile. He's smiling and he's I usually stay in here. I don't know who comes and who goes. People don't visit Blinsky often. Yes.
Then how do you sell things?
When people come, I sell things.
So you don't remember who bought this one?
This young man. I don't know his name. He came in, saw on shelf, and was like, "Yes, this is the one for me. This is the one I want." And he take.
Is this part of the mating ritual from before?
No.
I did
Oh!
say.
No.
I did
Right.
say she had a secret
But you don't
admirer
know
when
if
we
it was
found it.
Traveler or
It is. Blinsky kind of like he like pulls on his beard a bit, and he's like, "It could be,
Um,
especially that you
Takes
are
out
a
his
real
journal.
I'm
person."
not
Writing.
sure we should hope for that to be the case.
I'm just okay, but like, do you remember anything else about this young man? What did he look like?
Uh,
Can you draw a picture?
Blonde, dark hair, ginger.
dark hair, tall, square jaw, very smiles.
Is it just me or does this sound like Vasily? Was he sort of cheerful and did not seem very bright? Where's our little portrait of Vasily? Where is it? What did he look like?
Did I give you one? Don't remember.
He has an
Uh,
icon.
Yes, he does. But I don't remember if I actually made the.
I don't think he had an actual portrait.
Yeah, you didn't send us any actual
Did I
portraits.
make a portrait? I will have to make a portrait.
We got a portrait of Sir Galahad.
Yes.
Oh, I just noticed we even have a portrait of Father Donovic.
And the ghouls and the Grick.
Very
I
important
thought
there.
I did thing. I apparently not. But yes, he is. Let me find the picture.
Wait, Matt. Oh,
Keep
Matt married.
keep going, and I will
Okay.
update
Well,
photo when I
well,
find where I put it.
well, the thing is, I can't, I guess, describe Vasily. Well, okay. Charity will give a description of Vasily, which I cannot do because I don't remember what he looks
So,
like. But just sort of like, I don't know, any distinguishing features.
do I have token.
She'll try to mimic how he talks.
There
I
is
don't.
token.
Okay. Did this young man? You said he had like sort of strong,
I'm back.
talky, and noisy.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Thank
back.
you. Sorry, I was.
Oh god, it's a big face.
That's a
Yeah.
giant
Why?
attacking the town.
Why is he so large? I see we met Blinsky.
So, yeah,
Oh yeah, you've got to catch her up on Blinsky.
Well, we
Blinsky
found it.
is a precious baby.
But he,
And
Don't know what
Blinsky would think that, would definitely think Yolahi is a little girl. With a little girl, like a little toy. Just showing off all
I
his
was gonna
stuff.
ask, is he hospitable? But this is not hospitable in her opinion.
I mean,
He's very sweet.
Oh.
he doesn't get out much.
Does he really need to, though?
He's a little awkward, but he's super sweet.
Trying to remember how old I said she was. Oh, I didn't write it down.
And he's going to make Vel a little figurine of her brother
And
that died back in the house.
uh, there are creepy toys. I will list them. I already read them twice, but I will list them for you. Ones that were bought though. There was a guillotine that Zero bought, a little miniature gallows in a guillotine. And there was a set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. One of was Charity the one that bought that one?
Yes.
But it's actually also kind of cool. I actually like that.
And
Well, it's mine now.
Like I would buy that.
And,
Thinking
roll-
of making.
roll a perception or investigation real quick.
I'll be right back,
Because
guys.
no one has actually mentioned this yet. I want to see if Yolihi notices. Now you just notice a whole bunch of weird ass toys. I think only two
Also,
people.
Yoli's like 80 or something. She's somewhat middle aged. So she will explain this to him. I'm sorry, what were you saying about the toy?
He's going to look completely baffled by this. Like, but you are so little.
Yoli sighs and pinches her nose.
She has a height problem.
Yoli sighs, pinches her nose.
They're just short. And she's
Might
one of them.
stab you.
It's like it is not bad thing. It is. I will consider this. I will consider this another miracle.
Another miracle?
Mm-hmm.
He had a vision about Charity, and that's how we made the toy of Charity.
She
Oh, you
thinks-
should make a doll of me to go with the charity doll. I would.
How did the doll get all the way out there? Where did we find
That's
it?
trying to find out who bought it.
I see.
And that's why we have a picture of Vasily. So Charity can describe Vasily to...
Roll a. What would this be?
how good I am at describing people.
What would that be?
Performance?
I'm thinking
Maybe?
performance.
Yeah.
Perform Vasily.
Okay, we can say she's also like trying to mimic his speech style, which I can't remember. You know, she's just trying to like do impersonation.
Italian with the
Smarmy. She's
hands.
Smarmy. Yeah. Smarmy Italian.
Smarmy Italian. She's doing her best Smarmy Italian impression.
So all Italians. But
Sorry, I'm back now.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh, come back.
Had to give
Welcome
Simba
back.
his shot.
Charity.
Blinsky
Our-
doesn't
our-
seem to. She's like, it could be him. I am unsure. He did not give his name.
You have a receipt or
There's toys. I don't need such things.
How do you do your taxes at the end of the year?
Oh god.
Is like, what does that have to do with?
Never mind. And have we shown him the original creepy doll?
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, we have not yet.
Let's show him
Okay.
creepy doll.
Yes, I would love to hear the story about this original creepy doll.
And you pull out the older doll, and
The Chucky doll.
his eyes go wild. He's like, "Oh, it's been so very long since seen that one. Decades even at this point, I think."
How old does he look?
Ah, hard to say.
Hmm.
He's not terribly like gray, but he looks worn. It's like this I make a long time ago. I was still small. Young Blinsky.
Is no fun.
Is no Blinsky. He smiles and shakes his finger. You are understanding. But yes.
He's
This
somewhat amused now. Like maybe he's like there's something wrong with his head, but
he's like looking at this
charming.
doll. He's like, I think where do you find this? I think I give this to a girl many years ago.
Oh, really interesting. We found it at a friend's house.
It just kind of appeared.
Hmm.
Oh wait, we actually found it after that crazy lady came,
Yeah.
didn't we?
That
Yes.
grieving mother may or may not have dropped it.
Yeah.
Right.
It just kind of appeared.
Intriguing. Hmm.
And he hands it back to whoever like handed it to him. He's like, I am glad you are finding joy in it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
With that. Okay.
Well, see, now we have to keep it.
I mean, we couldn't ditch it.
Do any of these toys have magical properties? Asks Yohi.
Uh, they are all fun. He just kind of looks around and is like, eh.
Right. She like gives kind of like a nod. I don't know how you would say it. Like a okay, sure, crazy man. Nod.
This is there a toy or a doll that I could make for you, little miss? I did not get your names.
Hello, I am Zero.
My name is Vel.
I'm Mira.
I'm Charity.
Yohi Vine Cutter.
It is a pleasure to
Patience.
meet you all.
And patience. I'm Charity's sister. I might need to get, you know, one that looks like hers because I'm kind of feeling left out.
Yes, yes. Matching dolls, matching
Yes.
dolls.
I do
will.
as well.
What?
Zero says, I do as well.
Do you
Everyone
want
get-
dolls of yourself so that this is?
Yeah.
He actually looks a bit excited, and the monkey perks up and is like chirping and waving his hands. It's like I will do this. I will make you the greatest dolls. Just don't
Thumbs
tell
up.
the scary man.
Aww.
Oh, yes, we won't. It'll be our secret.
That's scary, man.
Wait, who's the scary man?
You know
Do you
the
mean the Baron?
Oh,
uh
Or
the
does he mean Strahd?
no Ethek and he kind of makes a claw motion with his one hand.
oh.
Oh, that man we saw down the road.
What?
He is coming. He
What are we
may
talking about?
he may be here soon.
What?
I don't think he's coming. Are you talking about the man with
Who looks
very
like a
tall, sort of hunched over?
Uh, Blinsky will nod. Yes, I have doll made for him. He will come if he will come soon. I think if you've seen him,
Can we see what the dolls you have made for him look like?
and he will gesture over at the doll that looks like Irina.
Mmm.
Oh.
He had a doll made of our friend.
Your
When
friend.
did he commission this doll?
He's been. He has many of these dolls made.
Of this exact
Different
sir?
sizes, different clothes, but
One that's life size.
Oh,
Lord.
you went there. You went
about
there.
I see we went there.
about once a month for some time now.
I
Always
think
needs a new one.
tell Irina this.
We
This
should
is nothing good.
Yes, this is a real person.
we should probably. Vel's not saying anything yet. She's just sort of nodding along.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go find them, cause that's weird.
I Yes, come back in a few days, and I will have your dolls ready for you.
We will, Blinsky. Thank you.
Thank you so
Oh,
much,
yes,
Blinsky.
thank
Thank
you.
you for your time.
Thumbs up.
Let's skedaddle back.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And remember, is no fun. And he pauses, and he like holds
It's
his
no
hand.
blessing.
Sarah takes out his journal, writes something down.
Oh, don't do that.
Anyway, let's. What should we do now? Head back to.
I
I feel
want
like
to
this is
stop.
kind of an important thing we need to tell her.
Yes, Velaki is not safe. Let us return to the inn post haste.
Well,
So
that would
you
actually
are
be.
here.
We'd want to know about their meeting with Wachter, right?
We should ask
That's
about that too.
supposed to be help. Yeah,
They're
Because I mean, they were the ones who were theoretically going to keep them safe, right?
I think. Well, that was like their contact here, I guess.
Mm.
Who is this walker? We should ask the innkeeper. Innkeepers know everything about everybody.
Mm.
so you are heading back to the Blue Water Inn. Ah, typity typity type.
Type, type, type.
Someone's got to keep our adventures recorded.
Wait, was the doll commissioned by the Baron or by the Hunchback guy?
By uh
Hunchback guy.
Hunchback guy, not the
Okay.
Baron.
The one with the arm.
I missed Hunchback guy, I guess.
Yes.
On our way over to Blinsky's shop, while we pass people like sort of setting up a new parade festival, and one of the guys is like a weirdo, a bald. He's hunchbacked and bald,
He
and he has like
looked hunchback, but it wasn't that he was hunchback. It's just that
he has a giant
yeah.
monster.
Well, you guys pretty much like those who saw thought he was a hunchback. Patience is the only one who saw differently, but didn't tell anyone.
Okay.
He looked bulbous and weird. But yeah, like there was they were down towards what looked like the town square that was like further down the road you were on. And he and a couple like guards were coming, like taking down notices and putting up new ones, and you guys like were being up the other end of the road, saw the old notice, which was about a like a wolf's head jamboree. Pikes will be provided, you know, like which had passed already, but they're
I
replacing
see.
that with a new thing.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
What was the new thing?
You didn't get far down enough to look at the new signage. And Itzek and them were coming up the road as you were heading into the shop, so they were closer by the time you left. So what do? You have new news, new informations. In my mighty morphing accent.
We want to talk to our Arena and Ismark back from their thing.
Well, they didn't go anywhere.
Oh, so we
They
can
they were waiting on Vasily because he was going to deliver a message to uh, Lady Wachter, and they were waiting on a reply. So you've not been gone terribly long. This is still the morning, essentially. So I think at this point, you head back into the Blue Water Inn, and Ismark and Irina are downstairs, likely at this point, finishing up their breakfast as you return from your morning outing.
Okay. Irina, there you are. Can we talk to you in private? Ismark can come too.
Is something wrong? You seem very excited.
I
Not
think
wrong.
shared in private.
There's something you should probably be aware of.
She looks at her brother, and they nod, and will give money to the innkeeper before heading back upstairs. Uh, their room isn't the largest, and neither is any of yours, but they're all rough. The whole floor is taken up by you guys, so you can figure out how you want to shove everybody places. So you head upstairs, and they at least close the door to the outside behind them, and Irina folds her arms across her chest, and there is something you wanted to say?
I just
There's
wanted to say that there is a weird guy who is commissioning dolls of you from Mr. Blinsky the toy maker, and has been for a while now. Also, the dolls look exactly like you. It's very creepy.
Dolls of my sister? What do you mean
Yes,
dolls? What sort of dolls? Are they Are they
They're no
dangerous?
Hello,
fun.
Charity.
And they're
Sure.
also no
You know what we
Blinsky.
saw was fully dressed.
They're exactly that. They're dolls.
That's all. That's all I can say.
He said that many have been commissioned in many sizes and many clothes.
I don't. Do you know who?
I
I
told
don't.
you it was
We
a
don't.
hunchback.
We don't know many people here. Hunchback.
He has a cloak and he has like sort of a bulbous thing under the cloak and he's bald.
Yeah.
Ithric, is that the name that you used, Athy?
Izik. Yes.
Izik.
Yes. That guy.
You saw him in the street if you want to meet him.
You know, just sort of scope him out.
Well, the moment you say Izik, uh,
Izik. Okay.
the two of them kind of tense up a bit, and what does he want with me? I've only heard stories.
What sort of stories?
Uh, he's a monster. That he works for the Baron.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He, I think he is the head of the guards, the peacekeeper here, but is known for being uh. She lowers her voice. Uh, is as violent as the Baron wants him to be.
Oh
Is
no.
Strahd a count or a baron?
Strahd?
Yeah.
Strahd is a count.
Okay.
Yeah, the
So we're
Baron.
talking about something else.
The
Yeah.
Baron is the head of this town.
Gotcha.
Well, whatever the reason he has for ordering these dolls, he has a lot of them, of you.
Oh boy.
We're not sure if there are all of you. We just knows he has dolls made very frequently.
Yep.
Well, this is terribly unsettling.
Just, I know you were thinking Valaki would be safe. Just be aware that it probably is not safe.
There's nowhere in Barovia that is truly safe. You have to have learned this by now.
I mean, relative levels of safety. I mean, you can't tell a
Strahd,
tiefling
the,
nowhere is safe. Tieflings know this.
I know that they keep Strahd out here, and Strahd is far more dangerous.
I mean, it's your life to live. We're just giving you information to contextualize your choices, which you may not have otherwise had.
Well, hopefully we will be meeting with Lady Wachter soon and get more information about what has been going on in this town.
Who is this Lady Wachter anyway?
A noble that lives here. She was a friend of our father's.
But it has been a long time since you've seen her, correct?
Uh, years. But yes,
Do you know where she lives?
she has a manor here.
Can we not simply go see her?
It's. When dealing with nobilities, you have to. There are rules. You send a calling card first, and that is what we did with Vasily. And we wait for a card or a response to that, and then we move forward with a proper visit.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well,
What kind of calling card?
maybe
It,
we should just take a stroll past this manor. Let's kind of scope it out. She doesn't know who we are. We're just weirdos passing through.
I'm not sure I am comfortable sending you there. We want her on our side if. I don't want to make her uncomfortable.
We will pretend we have no idea who you are.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. We kind of suck at it.
We did come into town together, and you all
We're hard to miss.
stand out
We
a
can wait it.
little.
We can wait a day. What else? So the Baron runs this place, and Lady Wachter is a noble. Are there other nobles here? What's the political system?
There are other nobles, yes. The Wachters are an old name, so they have more standing than most, besides the Baron.
So they're the highest up, if you would.
In a sense, they are the oldest, I believe, if not
Hmm.
one of. They were a very influential family once upon a time.
Uh,
But
oh boy.
Barovia itself is slowly crumbling underneath itself.
Yes, it certainly is. And if you are given assistance by the Wachters, do you plan on staying here for the rest of your lives?
Who knows how it goes? I guess.
For the foreseeable future, as far as I can think, there
So
is
you
an
have
there is one other town, but why run further?
so you will leave the town of Barovia to rot by itself.
If and it and Ismark will chime in here. It's like we've been through this. Strahd won't go there if she's not there.
Yes, but who's ruling it? Who's taking care of those people? It doesn't seem like anyone is.
Well, that's something we had hoped to work out once we knew we were safe. Because if we die, then there would be no one. At least if we could find suitable replacements. Or, and Irina will chime in, is like, I want them to come here, or to go to Kretsk. To go somewhere that is not there. That town is. I don't think there is hope left. The people aren't strong enough to rebuild. They need to move on somewhere to give them hope again. And I
Let's
was
see.
hoping that as long as Strahd would not send the wolves for them, it would give them time to leave.
Let's see.
Hmm.
He has. As you may suspect, she has sort of a disapproving kind of look, but she'll be quiet for now. Well, I look forward to our meeting with Lady Wachter. In the
He
meantime,
raises a brow at that, but we'll say nothing.
Okay.
in the meantime, we may as well explore the town a little more.
Yeah,
Um,
we have our own business to address.
we do. But we will let's bid them adieu for now.
We've alerted them.
Unless they'd like to have 11Cs with us, which of course we will be having.
we need to eat our feelings.
It would be polite to invite them to 11Cs, so if they would like to have 11Cs.
What is this 11Zs?
What is 11Cs anyway?
Greatest
Let's look it
halfling
up.
traditions.
What are all the Hobbit meals? Thank you. Yes, for 11Cs. It's the third meal of the day.
So you go breakfast, brunch, 11Cs, lunch.
What are
I
the
don't-
6 Hobbit meals? Breakfast, second breakfast, 11Cs, luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, supper. Anyway,
Are there
11
different sorts of
Cs.
like foods you're supposed to have for each? Or...
Oh, I mean, Token wrote down everything. Come on. I'm certain. Let's see. Oh, yes. 11Cs is a mid-morning tea time snack designed to hold halflings over until lunchtime. Lavender and lemon muffins, strawberry shortcake with cream, caraway seed cake, lemon tea cake.
Cake.
So it's an excuse to eat cake
Sounds delicious.
This does sound delicious, actually.
Actually,
It
it
sounds
does.
super delicious. So, 11Cs?
I mean, we are in the inn. We might as well have a snack
What?
for those who want snacks.
11Cs? Question mark. Says
I
the humans.
I don't think they know about 11Cs.
Humans. Come on. I'll properly show you the real way to live.
Okay.
And she will have everybody have their tea time snack.
We're being introduced to this halfling tradition.
Well, they're not entirely prepared for 11Zs, but they do their best to accommodate. As humans eat only 3 measly meals a day.
Hobbit Day. Hobbit Day is September 22. Oh, it's Bilbo's birthday.
I was
didn't know
gonna
that.
say, like, I feel like that's someone's birthday.
Anyway. So yes, we will have 11Cs. And then after 11Cs, is there a Yolhi would like to see if there's like is there like a library or something around here?
An institution of higher learning.
Yes. Maybe there's a docent there. Who knows?
Whatever that
Do we
is.
even know what a docent is?
He said it was like a teacher, I think.
It is an artificial intelligence that enhances my capabilities.
Yeah, like a teacher, I guess.
If you find one, please let me know. It is of no use to any of you.
What does it look like? Is it an object?
Yes,
I'm gonna
it
start taking 11Cs.
is a small spherical object.
Is it a special color?
I have no idea.
Is it larger or smaller than a bread bin?
As I frantically look it up. It is a small metallic sphere about 2 inches across. It's covered in dragon shards. So it is made of some sort of metal.
Okay, metal spheres. Got it. We'll keep an eye out.
So, were you asking about a library to somebody?
Yes. Well, I guess I would ask the innkeeper. Does she have a map of the town?
Well, it is a he currently.
Oh,
And no. And he will think for a minute and I don't think that there's been a functioning library here for quite some time. Uh, I know many of the nobles have books and their own personal things, but you could check at the St. Angel's, the church. They perhaps have something of the sort. It's the only place I could think of.
all right. Let's visit the church then.
Sure. We're just kind of getting the lay of the land, trying to figure out how these cards are relevant to anything.
If you take the main road to the west, keep going, you will see the church. It is near the other gate.
And what is being celebrated?
I have. He shrugs. I'm not sure yet. They haven't gotten up here to glue a flyer to my door.
I see. They just
Usually
make things up.
once a week.
Hmm.
It keeps the Baron happy.
Yes, we are all very happy. And he smiles unconvincingly.
He's like, you know what? That's cool. Halflings probably make up reasons to celebrate a lot of times. So
Yes, they do.
So it
it is
is.
11:40.
Yes, that's what I was
Yeah.
just going to say. We're getting on the night times, almost to the tomorrows, for us
Yeah, I
anyway.
think
For
I
you
think this
East
is a good place
Coasters.
to stop.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
And
Yeah.
we will pick up next week for more Valaki explorations. You've learned a great deal today. You met Blinsky.
I love
I
Blinsky.
love him. He's so sweet.
He's just doing his best out here,
Yep.
living his best life.
I mean, he's a little odd, but he's a good.
He's being true to himself.
Yes.
He is.
He's pursuing his joy.
He's living his best life.
As much as he can in the land of Barovia. But I will end the stream here, and we will pick up next week.
Okay.
Hooray!
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
Woot.